probably play together, right? Like, it seems doable. Mm-hmm. I love it. If I edit, oh, I gotta kill that, and then I can update titles. I didn't even have time to think of a clever title today. I've been hella off today. Okay, so that's up, that's up. This is online. This is going to restream in Twitch. We in good shape, baby. We in good shape. And then if I move this over. Michael, how we doing, buddy? We'll do a little, quick little cheeky little screen share so y'all can see the intro, which someday will be better. Okay, one. There we go. Hello, hello. Alright, she needs a fade out, but we'll just pause. I love that track too, it's so good. So in World War II, they call me Spitfire. Because you know that I can. Exactly. Alright, let's see. If I stop the screen share on this, then I can welcome everybody to round 25 of the arena. Can you believe it's been so long? Dear Lord. Want to make sure I have the right stuff. I do. Very good. We're in good shape. This week we have a couple of things planned. I just want to make sure we got the stream going, we got the X going. It's all happening. It's all live. Sweet. Cool. So this week we have a couple of things planned. Kev has been cooking. I have been cooking. Al has been cooking. I'm curious what you've been cooking, dear reader, dear audience. But we have plenty of stuff in store. And yeah, so I guess to kind of kick it off, has anybody heard any big news this week? Has anything like significantly changed in your workflows? We have all been cooking. I ask you, I put forth to you, dearest crowd, what has been the most helpful cooking instrument that you've had in your kitchen this week? Here's our prompt. Ooh. As he does, you know. Tail it up. Nice. Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. Is that your same old WhatsApp? Because I finally got my phone number back, so I might hop in and see what you guys are cooking. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Okay. That finished. Very good. Hell yeah. Uh, it's too much. It's too much. It's exploding me. There we go. You hear me again? No, yeah, I think I'm not sure what triggered that, but something did. It might be because I'm trying to work on Hermes at the same time as having things running. But I love. Yeah, that was delayed. We will have to mute her for a while, but that is. Let's see if we just kick it. Will that work? Oh wait, no, I don't want to kick it from. That is not the one that's running on my phone. That one is currently running. Let me just make sure I didn't accidentally kick it from. Okay, I didn't. We're good. Yeah. Yeah, I've been playing with Hermes lately, just because I did the Noose Research Hackathon. So Hermes is like kind of like their Claw like, but it's also Claude Code like, and I just figured out today that um, I have code on my local machine. That code gets transposed up to the modal sandbox so I can edit the code of Hermes on my local machine. But I also have an installation of like clean Hermes from their install script sitting on my local machine. And I just figured out today that I can just use environment variables and switch the backend to on my terminal instance. So my terminal instance can either be talking to the same thing as the thing that lives in Discord, which is running on modal, or it can be a separate instance that lives here on my local machine, which is pretty fucking sweet. Um, mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm working on the CodeForge part at the moment. I at the moment it just works on itself, but I do have another box that's set up as like a CodeForge that has all my like codecs and my Claude code and everything. Um, and so I'm working on getting Hermes wired into that orchestration system so it can just send messages to the box that has Claude Code and Codex and everything running on it, so it has like a Dev Forge kind of separated machine. And then yeah, I would say next week you probably can, considering we have a functioning voice path now. And yeah, I'm actually quite keen to see what like collaborative, like Al, you said that's like your group chat is sort of turned into this sort of collaborative thing where agents and humans are just sort of like building whatever kind of together by yelling at each other. Is that a fair assessment of what's going on? Yeah, sure. Yeah, fuck yeah. Hmm. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah, what's the team been cooking? That's so fucking awesome. Timmy, I'm super stoked because Michael, you're non-technical, right? If I'm not mistaken. So I adore when people who are like not super technical are getting into agent land, just because like they get to be the tech wizard they always thought that they needed to go call and beg and whatever, and now you can just build stuff, which is fucking sick. So congrats, Michael. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Nice. Yeah, yeah, feel free. Hmm. Okay. We have some synapses here. Yeah. No. Nice. I think it's because of all the little electricity things. That's probably what's throwing me off. Beautiful. Hell yeah. Yeah, did I guess you weren't here last week. I was cooking or my hackathon project for the News Research Hackathon was I got Hermes to be able to spin up modal containers that are connected to agents.hyper.space, which is a sort of distributed training and research um, platform where yeah, I can let me grab mine and I'll share mine out too. The let's see, let's go to agents.hyper.space. Has a few interesting ones, and then let's share that over here. Let's see. Where what these guys are doing is we have a number of models that are training other models. That has, I wonder if this is like has some more live stuff coming through it. Um, but all good. But yeah, there's just like this random open network of agents doing random experiences or experiments. I think mine is currently it's been on this for a while just because I keep turning it off. But it's doing autonomous astrophysics. It's training a Quen model to be good at astrophysics stuff just because the tokens of astrophysics and other like advanced sciences are really weird. So you kind of have to make your own embeddings for them. And then it's just distributedly training those with all the GPUs that are just sort of sitting in the glob of GPUs that they have going on for this. And then what my Hermes can do is if there's an interesting something going on, it can spin up a number of L4s on modal and just like dump compute into something if I think it's really cool. Now, which is a matrix server that I'll be doing probably something similar to what Al's doing, where there's a number of agents that are sort of sitting in the chat room over there, and they're working on whatever. But I spun up the Matrix server for them, and then also for us in the event that Discord does what Discord was originally planning to do, and starts tracking everybody's doing analysis of what everybody's talking about to make sure that you're not a minor or whatever it is that whatever excuse they were using for that. Which was so that is available if you have a matrix client like element, or and I think you can just matrix is just it's just a communications protocol. It's like an open source version of Discord basically. Kind of similar to XDMP, which is what Al has his agents running on. But we're given that we're sort of starting to have these agents that are touching human communication protocols. It may, we'll see if we need an A to A or anything like that, but it may just be like we hop on whatever's already here. The other thing that I'll show that will be helpful for you guys is, has anybody else had it with GitHub this week where it just sucks and doesn't work? Like I was getting rate limited heavily, and like Bun would not install, and I don't know. Did anybody else have weird GitHub issues this week at all? No, maybe it was my internet then. I'm not sure. As one does. Yeah, so I've got what I threw up is a radical node. So this is kind of like a peer-to-peer code forge, code sharing kind of utility that currently has like a. I'm gonna change it to get it less permissive, but agents that are working in the matrix room will be using, instead of GitHub, they'll use Radical to put their code on, and then in that way. Hmm, Yeah, so Radical is essentially like it's like GitHub, except it's like if GitHub was torrents, so you have to like seed and peer stuff. So I'm seeding all of these random repos for no reason. Um, but soon I will seed only good, cool repos that either that agents made or that I think are worth seeding on the official Xware CodeForge area. Um, so we have that. Hmm. Yeah, so there's like 18 people seating this one, 19 seating that one, et cetera, et cetera. These are all just like random ones that have pulled in, but I think I'm going to be a little like, I'm going to crank that down and be like a little more selective, or like, I think what would be cool is if there was a place of repos where all of us who are like extremely agent pilled could like decide to seed and peer out repos either that agents made or that we're like using to help our agents like be more gooder basically, or just like general stuff we found that's cool. So I figured, especially because I've been having so much trouble with GitHub, I was like, I'm kind of tired of GitHub, I'd rather do it peer to peer anyway. So I set this guy up, and he is currently live on. This is just the Explorer, but I'll probably make like an agent skill or something where if you guys want to use the code forge that we have here, um, then that'll be available. So you can either have your agents be collaborating on stuff on it, or whatever. Um, Let's see. What's the other stuff? The other stuff that I've been. So, Mike has been working on a couple of things, and I'm just hosting them right now. We have a paste bin that does stuff on IPFS. Then we have this one. I don't even know what it is. I just hosted it for Mike. So, he's got like a couple of random cryptography, formal verification kind of items here, and I think there's either a runtime in here. Yeah, I think there is. Yeah, yeah. There's just a little pad to do. It's got a little WASM runtime in it. So between having the pipeline here available and then the being able to just drop stuff onto IPFS, as well as we have like a little sovereign code forge, we can have little kind of like packets of code in a runtime that can do stuff and then end up over here. I'm not exactly sure where it's all going, but Mike was like, hey, these are the things I'm working on. So I was like, sure, I'll host those for you. Let's do it. And then my actual project for the week, my project has been Grant Finder, because I went to a place called Grant Orb, and I was like, this is cool. I want grants, except when I went to go get them, I was like, yeah, I had to subscribe now, and it's like $500 a year. So I was like, I'm just gonna build my own one of these. So I have a request marketplace, a research dashboard. So here's like an item that I was doing here, and I can just like run research, and it'll do basically like a deep research loop until it finds enough grants where there's like something interesting there. And then I can go to my grants, and it's like, oh, okay, these ones are ranked this much, this is ranked this much, and then the next part that I'm working on is proposal jobs, where after I have grants picked out, then I can put a request out where I want somebody to write my grant proposal for me. And then all of this runs via X402, which, if you're not familiar, is a Solana protocol, is a payment required 402 request thing. The idea being, I'm going to try and make this as like heavily agent accessible as possible, and then agents that are aware of it can like stop by and see if there's any either requests like, hey, this is my project, like I have this kind of this blah blah thing that I have been looking for a grant for, and then agents can either assist with like by enriching these research requests, or they can plug in and go to the request marketplace, and then they can be like, oh yeah, I would totally, like, I can write a proposal job for this kind of thing. So basically just sort of a an open marketplace for either humans who need to research grants or agents who want to help humans research grants or help write proposals, and then like a little payment rails on top so people can sort of figure out figure out what's, what's worth what to them, and pay each other for it. Has been my various selections of cookery this week, I suppose. Once I get it like good and live enough. Oh shit, we got a request. Hey, what up, Mike? We were just well, I kind of did. Yeah, I guess. This is the machine that gets. Yep, yep, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I have seen that. Well, uh, yeah, yeah. Yes, Jonah Hill. That's the one. Hmm. That's the idea. Yeah, nice. I guess Mike's got something here too for that's grant related. We got the grants episode going on. Grant repositories. Ah, I love it. I love it. Look at all of these. Beautiful. Mike, I was just going over your paste bin and then the pipeline. Are you yeah, the number station running on the ERDF. Let's see, where would I find a number station here? In the pad. Got you. This guy. Okay, test data, blah, blah. And then I can encode it into Morse? Ama- Amazing! I love it. Yep. Unfortunate. I can hear it in my headphones. I don't know about you guys. Let's generate the wave. Yeah, absolutely. There we go. We got it right there. Beautiful. IPFS right there. Nice. And then BBSDTMF, we got a URL, we got a base, and we got a steganography. Can I encode this to an? Oh, I love that. I love that. Playtime. Oh, that's amazing. That's gonna be so fun. I adore this. I adore this. I don't. Oh, that's amazing. Well, they got some shit going on over there at the moment. They really do. Right, because the number station. I see you. I, mhm. Oh, I love it. I the I can see, so you have the numbers station, right? And if you're running a numbers station in a war zone, then that's generally considered or like that would be something that people are going to listen, that like military people are going to be listening to. So they will secretly be yeah. Right. Yeah, absolutely. No, I actually love that as like a weird sort of backward distribute or like distribution system for people who are You know, they're in dangerous territory if what you can do is take arbitrary data and then encode something useful there and then put that onto the numbers station and, you know, blast it out in the war zone. And then if they're able to decode it, or if they have the right steg, then you know, I can drop a full agent onto somebody via a numbers station if they just record it and they can decode it correctly, right? More, you know, more. Oh, please do. Please do. I love the latest link with the NFTs. I love that. That's amazing. It's so good, dude. It's so good. Mike, you should be aware that there is now a matrix room as well as a radical node that will be mm, mm. NFT collection. You got a link or anything? CDMs. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, I think you sent that a little while ago. Mm-hmm. Retros, nice. Code all collected. Reconstruct wave, which then, hell yeah. Really? Huh. Okay, there we go. Okay, now I'm seeing we have lilypond.ly, cuneiform.txt. Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Glorious. We are just fucking around. Mm-hmm. No kidding. Yeah, on the Stego, is there a way to add? So I know I can encode data into the image. Is there a way I can upload an image and then encode data into that image specifically on this pipeline? Mm. And then encode that into a meme. Yeah, 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 for sure. Hell yeah. I, yeah, the financial aspect is always hard in those kinds of structures, but I do like that the setup so far, just because you have so many like layers of encoding and potential like areas to wire up to things like IPFS or Solana or whatever. I feel like you have like there's a lot of um, uh, d- yeah, there's like a lot of dimensions to move through effectively. So if what you can do is do some like token engineering and construct some solid like sink faucet, uh, that kind of thing. As is the fate of the meme coin developer. Yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There you go, dude. Well, and yeah, and so yeah, you have token holders, so you have the sort of delegation model, and then you have like effectively like a layer of various types of encryption, so you can make decisions about what to, what to encode, where to keep it, where to broadcast it, etc., etc. So you can kind of allow the token holders to sort of gatekeep kind of the yeah, yeah. No, I can see that. I think it's cool. Can I run WASM code in this EDR, EDF, EDR, ERDF thing? Mm, hell yeah. Let me see. Namespace pipeline on the latest tag of the Docker image is what it's on. Should I give it a redeploy? Is that what you've okay. Mm, right. I'm curious, did you guys happen to see the WASM runtime inside a transformer? WASM runtime. Right, right. Let's see. I want to see if I can find it. But it also has, apparently, it also has a, a small file system inside it now, too. Um, yeah. So yeah, I am quite interested, especially because what we've got is we've got distributed we've got distributed training of models. We can now include models that have file systems inside of them. Um, for the distributed training to do. And then since we have all of the modern models that are kind of taking this RLM kind of REPL based approach, it kind of seems like the architecture is leaning in that direction of, hey, like we like REPLs. REPLs are where models are kind of good at organizing information, and now you can just have some of the transformer, like some portions of the neural network that can handle doing REPL type activities themselves. So you could just directly train in RLM functionality like into the network itself, which I think is going to be pretty wild. And it's all running WASM, so you can take that and you can go to an ERDFA. You can take that and you can run it in like an ICP canister. Um, So I can't imagine that it's a mini computer that runs in a GPU. So I haven't, gone through it particularly deeply to know what kind of performance levels or that you get from it. But to me, it seems very interesting. Yeah, please. Mm. Sure. Oh, the hyperquant thing. Yeah, yeah. Google. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 0 overhead, 1 bit. Yeah, it like clearly, if they can do this, then we have a lot of room to play with, which might mean that we're able to fit like a meaningfully sized WASM interpreter directly into the neural network. Since if this quant is working, then that means we got more room to play with. We have plenty of data to play around with. Um, we've got. I want. Did they do? Hmm. I have a thing to send you later that I was asked not to share widely, but it's very much I saw a couple of sevens popping up, so I thought it might be up your alley, but it's very related to this kind of thing. Interesting. Let me drop you this real quick and see. I did, yeah. I think that one is particularly. I think, yeah. So the newest one is Lila Leach, I think, model. Really? I didn't even see Monster Lila, apparently. Is this one new? Oh, this is 3 weeks ago. And then we got a DOI for it. Monster Leech Lila. Bill bakes in specific mathematical structures like the leech lattice and monster math objects directly into how attention works. Interesting. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, I think this is all coming just in a fairly timely fashion. I think I retweeted it the other day. I got to see if I can find it. But I found somebody able to run Kimmy on their yeah, got a 1T parameter model running on MacBook Pro, which yes, exactly. So we have a really nice little breakdown thread of how did we get here. We just took the model and then we ran a loop running Claude code and just said like experiment with this until you get it running on my MacBook. You have to get it running on my MacBook. Um, and so they quantized super heavily and mapped for 540 gigs, 348 experts per layer. So we quantize the experts down to int4, and then we keep the backbone on FP32. Um, so yeah, I couldn't say. Despite like, but the fact that we are getting to the point where we can just say like make it fit, and it will, because like end of the day, if mm-hmm. Yeah, no, so and this is coming like kind of just in time. I know a lot of I saw a video from Theo today about kind of how they're deciding that it's time to turn on the squeeze with the um with the subscriptions, i.e., the like $5,000 worth of inference for $200 a month, may be kind of coming to a close. But this is just when all of the open source stuff and like we've kind of crossed that threshold of um, open weights models. I know Minimax M2.7, Minimax M2.7 was benchmarking at least. I did hear that, yeah. Which I think is I honestly think that like I think the problem with Sora was the business model. I think the what Sora needs is like a peer-to-peer kind of maybe blockchain based so we can figure out how to pay for the computer or whatever, but it needs like me and my eight buddies make stupid Sora memes and like throw them at each other, and then periodically maybe we like the one of the thoughts I had was like maybe you can make maybe there's advertisers, but the advertisers aren't allowed to make their own commercials. Only you are allowed to make commercials, and you and your pod have to like make commercials and throw them at other pods who can then pay to not watch them. Is kind of like one of the baseline models. Well, we have. I mean, Sea Dream 2 is like just about. Well, Sea Dream 2 is just about out now. I don't. They were having some legal issues for a while, but Sea Dream and Juan are both like. Yeah, Sea Dance, Sea Dance, not Sea Dream. Sea Dance was having some legal trouble, but I think we have good enough open weights models to be able to do something Sora like, and especially if we can get them like running fairly. Yeah, we get them running in like something silly like a I don't know. Ultimately, I'm pretty sure there should be sooner than later a small enough model where you can run it. I don't know, like somewhere. Maybe you need to rent some hardware, but maybe you can just run it like in a Wasm runtime on something, or like you can do some sort of weird Matryoshka kind of. There's a REPL and a model and another REPL in the model and then a model in that rep like weird shit. Um, Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, M2.7 is on SWE Bench Pro, which is pretty hard. Is like 1 point below Opus 4.6 on that, and M2.7 is open weights or will be open weights very very shortly. And M2.7 was 2.5 RLing itself all day essentially. Um, we had M2.7 optimize and models programming performance on an internal scaffold, ran autonomously, iterative loop of analyze failures, plan changes, modify scaffold, run evals, compare, decide. Um, so yeah, it's getting to the point where you have like things like Carpathy's auto research. Hermes even has some like self training built in, where like the models are kind of just like you can throw them at themselves and they will do stuff, and it's usually good, and they're like at the point where they can start helping us out on the journey towards all compute the genius full of data centers on your home machine, which I am very excited about personally. It's going to be terrifying, but very excited about it nonetheless. Okay, scroll back to my thing here. And so with that, we are just about coming up top of the hour. Does anybody have anything that they wanted to cover that they didn't get to show off that they are interested in? Kev, did you have a demo or anything, or did we get your stuff earlier? Oh, for sure. Dude, what I think your music toys are gonna be like, there are not that many people working in the audio field that deeply. So, like, music toys are good, but I think just because, like, um, there's a certain amount of fidelity in that data that I don't think gets all the way across. So I'm quite interested to see what else we can do with these models in the long run. But yeah, feel free to stream something if you wanna close it out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, did you train this one from scratch, or did you grab it from somewhere? Nice. Huh. Yeah. Oh, that's sick. That's wild. Sick. I recognize that one.